team members or the other class people, it can happen in college or class or a team also, it can happen at work also. They start thinking about this woman, like Shikhar said, they start thinking in their head, oh yeah, I wanted to talk to her, I wanted to be her friend, and I wanted to probably, like help her get settled in the team or make friends, but no,
This is a
she's not
simulation game set in a virtual
nice.
world
She's not
and
a
does
nice
not
person.
represent real
She's a
life.
snob.
Please play in
She's
moderation,
Pertama,
take
rude.
frequent
She's
breaks, and play
inconsiderate.
responsibly.
Pertama.
She's probably like this and that, and all of those things start coming up, and then they don't interact with her. They
Pertama.
don't try to help her. I'm just giving you an example. It can happen to a guy also. It can happen to a boy as well. It can happen to a girl as well. There is a word for it. These are called as biases. So I think Shikar gave a nice example in front of you that if I expand on it, it can shed light on more things. So there are two things here. I want to quickly clarify. One is if someone else, that means a third party, creates a negative bias, in this case, like he said, someone else puts those things in your head, and then you start thinking about that person like that. Oh, this person might be her. So that means a third party is created a negative bias or a negative impression in your mind about someone.
Let's go!
Because of that, it becomes a communication barrier. Very true. Very true. Very correct. Okay. The other thing is the biases that we make ourselves. These are our unconscious bias. I'll give you another example. Let's say you see a guy, he has a lot of tattoos. Okay, he's got tattoos.
I need a weapon.
Piercing. His hair is all like
I need a weapon.
Type of this thing, and and the way he's dressed also, you feel like, oh, this person, I don't know, sounds like trouble. I'm gonna try and stay away from this person. Maybe at times your biases help you. That means maybe you might be right most of the times about such appearances, but appearances can be deceptive, right? So you avoid interacting with that guy. You're like, no, probably his belief system or maybe he looks like a very party kind of a person. Doesn't look like he has too much respect for authority. Doesn't look like he's a responsible person. Look at him. Look at the way he's dressed, right? So you form your own biases in your head. And then you even talk to that person in a very typical way. Okay? So that is another bias your mind has generated because of whatever XYZ reasons in your mind. Information in the past experience, the biases that media creates. Most of the biases are created by media or television, but you don't even realize it, right? And unfortunately, they also get paid to do that, right? So it's a very old trick in psychology, very, very prominent, and it works wonderfully well with human beings, even with animals, but mostly with human beings. So you can create biases. For example, I'll keep showing you a product on television, and I'll keep showing you that other people are buying it, other people are liking it. Oh my god, look at Twitter is enjoying it, social media is talking so much about it. Oh, nowadays we see all the products that are great on TikTok. Oh, even TikTok users are using it. So your mind is making a decision that this product is nice. Yeah, similarly happens with people. So if everywhere there is a bias created, for example, I'm giving an example, European people are not so friendly. European people or Britishers are very sarcastic. It's a stereotype. I've heard it so many times. Britishers, stiff upper lip, they're very sarcastic, and they don't become friendly very easily. It's a complete stereotype. It's not true. Yeah, I mean, certainly they have their own reasons, but I've had friends from Europe. I mean, I've spoken to Britishers plenty of times, and they have a lovely life, right? So the reason I expanded on this so much is because this is a very important topic. I want to probably have the opportunity of discussing some more important points with you about biases and unconscious biases, maybe in the next few modules. But I think this is very important to cover and expand on, right? I hope this was clear to everyone. So most of the barriers that you see in communication arise from biases. Okay, unconscious biases or prejudice. You know, there is another word, prejudice. So that means you already have something in your mind. I'll give you one more example and then we'll leave it at that. Let's say you are from South India. I'm just giving an example. Try to open your mind, that means open your brain, your windows. Now everyone is friends, right? In the back, you know each other, you will make more friends, you're like brothers to each other, right? Alright. Let's imagine in south part, in the extreme south part, uh, and you see someone who is completely different, who doesn't look like he or she that's it. Okay. Most probably that person is from East India or maybe West India or North or wherever. Now you tell me, what are the chances that you will go up to that person and talk to them frankly? Okay. Or you will become friends with them easily? What are the chances? Is it 100%? Is it 50%? Is it 10%? Huh? Same example, I'm going to turn it around. Let's say you are in the northern part of India, or let's say you are in the western part of India, and you see someone from the extreme southern region. Let's say that person is from like one of the southern states, and you see that person is the only outsider in front of you. What are the chances you will break any kind of barriers and walk up to that person and interact and be frank and candid? Huh? Chances are more or less?
So, ma'am, depends upon the person's attitude. Means
Let's say there is no attitude. Means you haven't talked to him. You've just seen him. Yeah, you could say, Tanmay, that it depends on my attitude. Like, for example, if it's me, right, very good. So, for example, their individual personality comes. So, for example, individually as a person, if you're the kind of person, right, if you make friends and if you are not bound by stereotypes or you are brave enough, right, you might do that.
Introvert or extrovert kind of thing.
Yeah, correct. So, individually it can matter. But otherwise, you look at your people around you, you look at your neighbors, you look at your society, they will not. They won't. Right? Because biases help
Let's
us and
go.
they guide us in stereotypes. Guys, is everyone listening?
And also, ma'am, it too depends on generations to generations. Now
Yes.
we are connected.
That's a great point, Tanmay. Yeah. When you say generation to generation, you can say that our generation is more open, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a beautiful point. 100% agree on that. 100%. That does matter, and also because I think now globalization is taking place, right? With a lot of platforms, thanks to platforms like Twitter, Netflix. But unfortunately, there are some negative elements present also. I don't like Twitter so much because there are these bots that have been installed. I shouldn't say it, but it's true. And I think their only job is to write a very negative kind of a provocative sentiment or a very negative comment, and then the entire public goes mad or crazy. So it's a very dangerous thing. But platforms like whether they're educational platforms or they're entertainment or streaming platforms, they are trying to bridge that gap and make certain bridges which will help you understand different cultures. That's one of the reasons I like Netflix. I mean,
Marked a location.
few reasons I don't like it, but there are plenty of other reasons I like it. Weigh the pros and cons. But one of the things is that it tries to make international content, and so that it can cross borders, right? It can bridge those differences. So that's there. I want others to kind of give me an acknowledgement. Do you understand barriers, what they are? So we covered language, accent. We covered the fact that there could be unconscious biases or stereotypes, and it's very important to keep that in mind. Is this my stereotype? Is this my stereotype that is? And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you one thing. It is these stereotypes that are responsible for so many um, racial crimes around the world. by the way. Yeah, there are negative political elements, of course, but then and it becomes dangerous for other ethnic communities, for other who are not like if you are a minority in any other country. For example, if you see in Australia a couple of years ago, there were a lot of crimes against Indians. Do you know that? There were a lot of these hate crimes that happened. I don't know if you know it or not, and they were very brutal. And it happened with schools, right? In Australia, 2-3 times, and the Prime Minister of Australia, the Australian leader, had to actually step in, and he had to actually give an apology, and he had to give reassurance to the Indian students traveling there and the Indian families there. Yeah. Similarly, you can see such kind of things happening in other countries also. Any other, pick any country, pick any country. Was it last year when there was a couple of crimes against Asians in US? Was it last year, I think? During the pandemic, right? Last year.
Just from last year.
Last year only, right? And then they started a campaign against Asians. Asians. That means there was an Asian house, not a house, sorry. It was a parlor or a spa or something like that. It was attacked, and as a result, there were many people got injured and one got killed or two got killed. So that was something. And then we all know things that happen against the blacks. That's why you have the what is that called? Black History Month, hashtag Black History is going on. And then I can give you examples of other countries. Now someone said Germany. Yeah, what happened in Germany? Can you explain for us or give us some points? Yeah, any elaboration? No? Can you guys hear me?
It's audible.
Yeah, so someone said Germany. I'm not that sure.
German they show some racism over against Asian people. I read it somewhere, but it's fact that because one of my friend he's studying in German, he also experienced the thing.
He also experienced.
Yeah, he told me about that. Even because I was planning to study abroad, and he was studying over there, and he told me that especially towards Asians, they show racism.
It's possible. It's possible.
It's not about the colors, but it's about the part of the country, like Asian people.
Ethnicity. Yeah. If you're ethnic. Yeah. As in ethnicity means you're a different race, right? Yeah. So it is a form of. I mean, of course, it is racism. Unfortunately, these incidents do happen. These are called as isolated incidents, but they can happen. Unfortunately, sometimes it has a political agenda behind it, and sometimes it is because that person's mind is messed up, or they are too This is why it's a stereotype. So, but I'll tell you something, Abhinav. If you have plans of studying there, by all means go there. I have some great friends in Germany, in the sense like I've had the opportunity to meet people and I made some really good friends. And let me tell you this honestly, that not all of them are like that. So don't get discouraged by it. Like be brave, have the courage. It's about personality as well, right? When your personality comes out, I'll give you one more example to try and make sense. As not a counter statement, but just so that you understand the difference. Do you know what is the stereotype of India in other countries? Right? Do you know? So we discuss about our stereotypes, right? We know it. This happens in Germany, this happens in Canada, a lot of incidents. But still the biggest, like there are still people, so many other people that want to travel to Canada, that want to go to other countries like that, right? Because of some benefits. And then we know so many things about Middle East also, right? Now let me ask you, do you know what are the typical threats or the typical dangerous things that people hear about India? Any foreigner? That person can be from Argentina. That person can be from a Western country. That person can be from Middle East, from Africa. Of course, they'll say the culture is wonderful. I am going there for a cultural experience. But they also know that there are certain things that they have to be cautious about. Can you guys tell me? Come on, let's see how much exposure you have. Come on, guys, talk. Tanmay, you're trying to say something, but I can't
Yeah,
hear
yeah,
you.
means ma'am, robbing about the things means in India, if we go to any traveling place, the Indian merchant will give us the thing as say 20 rupees, and the same he will give to the foreigner at 100 rupees. So that's the thing is
Yes, very good. That they find out over here, scams, right? That's true. So that they'll rip you off. That's a given. And so I had a friend. I'll be honest with you. I had a friend. So we were going outside, like we were shopping outside locally, and then she said, "I want to go to the parlor." I said, "Okay, fine, I'll come over." So she wanted to get like a hairdressing, like a little bit of a hair setting or something. And so I said, "Fine." And we went there, and then she was like, I think I'm also going to get nails done. I told her, ask them the price first. They'll let you. She's like, no, it's okay. How much is it going to be? And then, and she was not from India. She was a European, and she is a European. So she got that done. Half an hour later or 1 hour later, when we are all set and ready, she's like, okay, fine. I'll make the payment. They charged her like this was like a few years ago. They charged her like a good, I think $3,000, $3,000, and she didn't even get so much done. She just got like a hair setting done and her nails. So they were charging her like at least 10 times more. I freaked out. I told them, I said, how can you charge her so much? And they just looked at me, surprised. I said, you can say that to her, but this is unfair. And they were quiet. I said, no, you're not gonna rip. And I started talking to them like locally. Locally, I started talking to them, and I said, this is the reason foreigners have this impression. What is wrong with you? And then my friend just smiled, and these people who were running the spa, the parlor, they were like, no, actually the prices went up and all that. So my friend, she took me aside. She was like, it's okay. I mean, literally, she said that. She's like, it's okay. I know that they're charging me higher. We know it. We always have a feeling they will charge us much more. So she paid them the whole amount, and then she stepped out. She was like, it's okay. I don't mind once in a while. They gave me a great service. They made me feel like a princess. This is exactly what she said. They were like, feel like a princess. I don't mind giving you a service. And for them, it's a little lesser price as if you compare the value of rupee and the value. I mean, she made that logical sense. That doesn't mean that she's going to go out and splurge every day. So that's one major point that they might think that they're going to charge us higher. What else? Anything else? Guys, come on. It's going to be break time soon.
And sometimes this high charging occurs in India itself only, like the people's in the India. Ma'am, like because like in the north, like in the city of Varanasi, so ma'am, like it's a big religious place for the south people. So ma'am, sometimes ma'am there is some type of stereotypes in the like mind in of south people that they don't want to come alone. They are coming in groups so that so that they can't be fooled with the people's here.
But it's true, no? We do that with each other also. Not just with foreigners. Any city you go to, that's a different thing. So, for example, you're from North, but you go to Himachal Pradesh. Let's just say. Do you think? And it's not the people. It's not all the people. These are certain, how do you say it, certain jobs. Like certain, like the tourist, the agent, the travel agent, and those local guides. That's how they make money. But that doesn't mean the entire community is on it. For example, you can try and go to Ooty, or you can try and go to like a hill station somewhere, east, west, anywhere. Okay, the people are like awesome. I think every city has awesome people, but these are these certain kind of people who make their living out of this. They want to charge double, and they see every person. It's the same thing. Like if you go to another country, another city, and you take a rickshaw. Rickshaw as in, here we say rickshaw, I think some of you say auto, right? So that three-wheeler. If they figure out you are from another city, they will try to like take you here and there, except Mumbai. Mumbai, they don't do that bullshit. At least most of central Mumbai, they don't do that. Cabs, rickshaws, you cannot, and they will not also. But in other cities, it's crazy. It's crazy. They will take you like literally 3 rounds and then they will charge you like some 400 bucks. I'm telling you, it's dangerous. And they will not even switch on the meter. They will look at you like, meter? What the hell is that? What the hell is that? And if you're from Mumbai, it's very hard for you to accept it. Like, it's literally very hard for you to digest it. You're like, hello? It's like as if you're getting into some kind of... Yeah, in Mumbai, it's a standard, it's a given. Like, you will have a meter. That's... And the last thing on your mind will be, oh, the cab guy or the auto guy will take me here and there. But no, man, rest of India works differently for that. So yeah, we do that with each other also. But I was hoping other people will shed light on some more barriers. For example, guys, so this is a big topic, right? I was hoping someone will say that word, but it's okay. Let me tell you, you're almost there. Can I say culture is a barrier? Culture can be a barrier. Can I say that? If you don't know about another person's culture, yeah, it's a big culture can be the biggest barrier in communication. Culture.
This is a simulation game set in a virtual world and does not represent real life. Please play in moderation. Take frequent breaks and play responsibly.
I'm coming from a South Indian culture. Let's say I'm from Bangalore, but I speak fluent English. Okay?
Team match, let's go.
But I speak fluent English. Okay? And then I used to be from Mumbai. That guy speaks Hindi, Marathi, and
The blue team has scored for the first time!
so I don't think we should. I think we can get along. Absolutely, you can.
Expired!
Language
Target down!
good English. He speaks good English. Right.
The blue team is unstoppable!
If the Mumbai guy doesn't understand some cultures, some big cultures about your city, and some cultural differences about the guy from Mumbai or Maharashtra, then not necessarily
No mercy!
but anyway, then it can become a barrier. So culture has its own pros and cons. You have to make sure that you consider that culture can be a big barrier.
Target down!
Learning, there are a couple of people who had network issues, correct? Network
Nice shot!
issues.
Target down!
WebEx issues they had. Isn't that a barrier? Isn't that a barrier? Very good, man. Excellent. It's a technical barrier. So this one with the wires. That means internet, electricity, hardware not working, software not working, apps, whatever. Can you fix the technical barrier? Of course. You fix the technical barrier. What if someone there's a lot of noise outside? Will that be a barrier? There's a lot of noise. Barrier, right? These are called as physical barriers. Means if I'm talking to you in one room, you can hear me. If I go out, right? But if I don't talk to you in the same pitch, you can hear me. When I go outside in the forest, you're inside the house, and I'm talking to you. Can you hear me? No, because this distance can increase. So distance is a physical barrier. So there are physical barriers.
Target down!
We already discussed this, right? China, Africa, all these people are from different countries. That means they are from different backgrounds, different cultures. So cultures, we already discussed cultures. And then what is this last one? No one talked about this. For example,
Mental
very
barrier.
good. Who said that? Mental. There's an even better term. Next one.
Psychological.
Excellent. Excellent. Bravo. Very good. Very good. Such a smart bunch. Right word is psychological barrier. Right? So you guys agree? Yeah. And under psychology, right, there is a whole range of barriers. Now, please, now see, the moment you see the picture and the moment you saw psychology, you're like, oh, this is about people who have issues.
Enemy down!
This is a real thing. It happens with everyone. For example, because they can't trust the other person.
Reloading!
When this trust issue becomes a major
The blue team is about to win!
up in front of them, then it becomes a barrier, big problem. So they need help, right? You will not be able to understand a professional. Who's that professional? A counselor, a therapist, a doctor, right? Usually we call them understand why you have issues or
Target down! No
and
mercy!
they'll try to dig deeper. Then they'll understand, oh, this has happened. Oh, someone has kind of broken your trust. Someone who was that person? Someone who was not able to forge those relationships with you. Sometimes it can be a family member. Sometimes it can be more family members. And that can cause a lot of impact on that person's way of thinking. That can cause a lot of influence on that person's mind. It can be traumatic for some people, especially if it happens at a young age, right? And then these people are not able, and sometimes the other manifestation is they become aggressive, and sometimes repent. There is a whole range of things that can happen. One more I quickly want to check is there
Half of the match is over, and the blue team is in the
they
lead.
want to make friends, they want to talk, they want to open up, but they are extremely shy. That's not a problem. But they are extremely shy. They're extremely reserved. But you have to
Reloading!
overcome that, and how can you try and be able to overcome that? So these are all different kinds of barriers, and you have to know how to overcome them.
Cover me!
Again, I stress upon these are some of them. There are others
Nice
also, socio-economic
Blue team
barriers.
victory.
Socio-economic barriers. That means you come from a certain socio-economic class, and another people come from a socio-economic class. Okay, as